Lil Durk allegedly destroyed Lil Baby in a brutal fight inside jail after a heated argument, sparked, according to rumors, by accusations that Lil Baby had been secretly involved with Durk's baby mama, escalated to the point where federal officers had to rush in and physically separate the two rap heavyweights before the situation turned even bloodier. What began as what should have been a calm, supportive visit between two chart-topping artists turned into one of the most shocking moments of behind-bars drama in recent memory, leaving fans stunned, camps divided, and the internet in a frenzy over what really went down. The day started in a seemingly normal fashion for a high-profile jail visit. Lil Baby had reportedly come through to see his brother Lil Durk, the man he's collaborated with, stood alongside in music videos, and often publicly referred to as family. Prison insiders say Baby arrived with a quiet demeanor, no flashy entourage, just a couple of trusted associates and an air of focus. Some assumed it was a personal morale-boosting visit. Others whisper it might be about discussing business matters Durk couldn't handle from inside. But for whatever reason, the mood shifted almost immediately once the two were face-to-face. Witnesses say the conversation started off tense, with Durk leaning back in his seat, arms crossed, staring at Baby with a mixture of suspicion and cold detachment. Lil Baby, on the other hand, seemed animated, gesturing with his hands, speaking fast, as if trying to explain himself. The voices grew louder, the tone sharper. Then came the moment that everyone in the room knew was trouble. Durk slammed his palm on the table, standing up so abruptly that one of the guards instinctively stepped forward. You could feel the air crackle. Something deep was boiling under the surface. And then, like wildfire catching in dry grass, the whispers began. Inmates and guards alike started murmuring about the possible reason for this confrontation. Rumors had been floating for weeks in certain circles that Lil Baby had been seen getting a little too close to Durk's baby mama. Social media had already been buzzing with vague posts, cryptic lyrics, and shady subtweets, but nothing concrete had surfaced. Now, watching Durk's body language, some believe they were seeing those rumors burst into reality. The accusations, whether true or not, had cut deep, and Durk wasn't about to let it slide. Not even in a controlled, high-security setting. According to inside sources, Baby tried to deny the claims, even swearing on people's names, but Durk wasn't having it. The voices rose to shouts. Guards moved in closer, but before they could intervene, Durk lunged. The first swing caught Baby off guard, sharp, fast, and fueled by weeks, maybe months of pent-up anger. Baby staggered back, but he wasn't about to fold. He swung back, the sound of knuckles against skin echoing in the visiting area. Chairs toppled, the table shifted, and in an instant, it was no longer a conversation. It was a full-blown fight between two rap titans in the middle of a federal facility. Inmates who witnessed the fight later described it as one-sided in Durk's favor. They said Durk's fists were flying with precision, each punch landing harder than the last. Baby tried to defend himself, but Durk's size advantage and raw aggression made it a losing battle. One particularly dramatic detail, making the rounds online, claims Durk even slammed Baby into the reinforced wall, causing the entire room to jolt with the impact. The guard was shouting, alarms blaring, but for those few chaotic moments, it was pure mayhem. It reportedly took 5 federal officers to pull Durk off Baby. Even as they restrained him, Durk kept yelling, his words too muffled and fast for many to catch, but the tone was unmistakable. Rage mixed with betrayal. Baby, shaken and visibly hurt, was escorted out through a separate corridor. Whether he sustained serious injuries hasn't been officially confirmed, but witnesses claim he walked away holding his side and avoiding eye contact with anyone. The visit was, of course, immediately terminated, and both men were placed under lockdown pending an internal investigation. News of the altercation spread like wildfire beyond the prison walls. Within hours, social media was flooded with hashtags like hashtag Durk vs. Baby, hashtag jailfight, and hashtag baby mama drama. Fans took sides, with some defending Durk's reaction as a natural outcome of disloyalty, while others criticized him for letting personal issues explode in such a public and dangerous setting. Rap blogs churn out speculative pieces, picking apart old lyrics, past interviews, and even analyzing old photos to see if there had been hints of this betrayal all along. Adding more fuel to the fire, a supposed insider posted a cryptic message on Instagram, claiming they had proof of Baby's relationship with Durk's baby mama. Whether it's true or clout chasing, the post sent comment sections into overdrive. Old videos resurfaced showing Baby and Durk's baby mama at the same events, sometimes within arm's reach of each other. None of it is definitive, but in the court of public opinion, the narrative was already writing itself. Industry insiders are now wondering what this means for their music careers. Durk and Baby's collaborations have been chart toppers, with their chemistry earning them millions of streams and a loyal fan base. But after this, the idea of them ever sharing a track or even a room seems far-fetched. Business associates who once banked on their partnership are reportedly scrambling to adjust plans, cancel joint appearances, and rethink upcoming projects. The prison system, meanwhile, isn't taking this lightly. In-facility violence, especially involving high-profile inmates, can result in harsher conditions, loss of privileges, and even new charges. Sources suggest Durk could face disciplinary action ranging from solitary confinement to a transfer to a higher security unit. Baby, not being an inmate, may not face prison sanctions, but a federal facility might reconsider his visitation rights entirely, cutting off any future in-person contact with Durk. The personal stakes are even higher. For Durk, this wasn't just about a rumor. It was about trust, loyalty, and the code he's lived by since before fame. Betrayal from someone he once called a brother cuts deeper than any industry beef. For Baby, whether guilty of the accusations or not, the damage to his reputation among certain circles is undeniable. Even if he clears his name, the image of him being on the receiving end of Durk's fists in a federal facility will follow him for years. And then there's the baby mama at the center of the storm. So far, she's remained silent, neither confirming nor denying the rumors. But in the internet age, silence often speaks volumes to the audience watching from afar. Her social media accounts have been swarmed with comments, DMs, and tags, demanding answers or throwing accusations. Whether she chooses to speak out or not, she's now an unwilling figure in one of hip-hop's messiest public dramas. As it stands, Lil Durk remains in lockdown, with his legal team reportedly advising him to stay quiet until the dust settles. Lil Baby has returned to the outside world, but has yet to make a public statement about the incident. Fans are hanging on every leak, every insider tip, waiting to see if either man will break the silence. But one thing is certain. The bond they once shared has been shattered, and the fallout from this fight will ripple far beyond the walls where it happened.